If I had a nickel for every time a Christian told me that they know that God is real, I'd be a multimillionaire. Okay, I'm exaggerating. I wouldn't be a multimillionaire, but I'd certainly be richer than I am today. By the way, while I'm referring to Christians in this video, my argument holds equally true for those who believe in other gods, such as those of the Muslims and the Hindus. I'm certain that they believe that they have knowledge of God's existence, but I don't believe that they know it. The Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy says that for any person, there are some things they know and some things they don't. What exactly is the difference? What does it take to know something? It's not enough just to believe it. We don't know the things that we're wrong about. The question is, can a person justify their claim to knowledge? The Stanford Encyclopedia goes on to say that there are three components to the traditional or tripartite analysis of knowledge. According to this analysis, justified true belief is necessary and sufficient for knowledge. If a person says that they know that something is true, it is true and they believe it to be true, then they are justified in believing it. Okay, so how do we know if something is true? We know that something is true if it comports with objective reality. Can we in some way measure it? Whatever it is, can we detect its presence? Christians will often say something like, "You can't see the air." While that is true, it's a terrible argument because we can detect it and we can analyze it to discover its components. For most of recorded history, something was believed to be true simply because a great thinker or an authority figure said it was true. Plato is a great thinker, of that there is no doubt. Does that mean that his claim that there was a sunken continent beyond the Pillars of Hercules true? Absolutely not. But people still believed it, and despite overwhelming scientific evidence refuting Plato, some people still believe it today. Isaac Newton was a great thinker. He showed that white light is actually a spectrum of different coloured lights. Does that mean that we should accept that light is a spectrum because Newton said it? Einstein was a great thinker. He showed that there is a cosmic speed limit because he was able to show that nothing can travel faster than 300,000 kilometers per second. Plato's claim is demonstrably false, but the claims made by Newton and Einstein were both demonstrated to be true by those two people and by others who tested the claims they made. Newton showed that white light is a spectrum, and Einstein showed that there is a cosmic speed limit, but, and this is where Christians get things wrong by citing them, if something is demonstrably true, then it's irrelevant who said it, who showed it. Accepting something as true simply because an authoritative figure says something is fallacious. What they have said may be true, but that does not justify accepting the claim because, and I repeat myself, if something is true, then it's true regardless of who said it. Christians believe the Bible to be authoritative, and therefore they don't question anything it says. I don't deny that there are demonstrably true things in the Bible. We know that Jerusalem and Jericho are real places, and we have independently verifiable evidence that they've existed for millennia. What we don't have is any worthwhile, independently verifiable evidence about the claims made in Scripture. Despite the mountains of evidence that shows it to be untrue, many Christians believe that the creation story is true. The same applies to the story of Noah's Ark, the Tower of Babel, the Exodus, and of course, everything they claim to know about Jesus. The problem is that everything that they claim to know about God and Jesus is derived from one source, the Bible. There are no contemporary documents from neighbouring civilizations, such as the Egyptians, Greeks, or Romans, that mention any of the events claimed in the Bible. For example, there is no Egyptian record showing that there were hundreds of thousands of Hebrew slaves in Egypt. The ancient Egyptians recorded all sorts of things, from the truly important, such as the wars against the Hittites, to mundane things like shopping lists. Nor do contemporary Greek or Roman documents have anything to say about the claims made in the Bible. No mention of wandering apocalyptic preacher named Jesus stirring up the people. No mention of Jesus causing trouble in the temple. No mention of him healing lepers. No mention of him being tried and executed. No mention of him being seen wandering around Judea for a month or so after his alleged resurrection. Again, everything that the Christians claim to know about God and Jesus is derived from one source, the Bible. They claim that God performs miracles, yet they can't cite a single independently verifiable example of a miracle actually occurring. They claim that God answers prayers, yet research conducted by the Templeton Foundation, a Christian organization in the USA, showed that prayer works at a rate no better than chance. If miracles did happen, or if God did answer prayers, it should be in some way detectable and therefore measurable. And yet, when asked to provide empirical evidence to back up their claims, Christians have nothing to offer except to dodge the question or give fallacious arguments. Atheist activist Aaron Ra says, if you can't show it, then you don't know it. He's not wrong. The Christian claim that they know that God exists prompted me many years ago to ask them to accept this challenge. Provide one fact that is demonstrably true, and that points to one and only one conclusion, namely that God is real. I first put that challenge to a Christian around 50 years ago, and to date no Christian has ever been able to provide such a fact. So, over to you, Christians. Provide me with that one piece of information that is demonstrably true by placing it in the comment section below, and I'll make sure that every atheist I know, indeed every person I know, will get to hear about it. Long experience tells me that the response from Christians will be, if you like what I do, please click like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. If you add your comments below, I promise that I will read them and I will do my best to answer them. Thank you.